When our singer starts to sing higher and higher and higher, each consecutive note gets harder and harder to sing. So the difference between a high G, there's a big difference between that and a high A. And then the difference between a high A and a B flat is a big difference. And then there's even bigger difference between B flat and a B, and then an even bigger difference between B and C. Today I was teaching one of my students and she got up to B, but then she was having a hard time getting to high C. And I was encouraging her to work on having even more air, even more energy, and even more space to be able to reach that note. So it's just like in life, when you're doing your best, it's going to get harder. Life is going to get harder. But if you keep doing your best and you push into it as hard as possible and you are intense about everything you do, you will get stronger and you'll be able to do the next hard thing that's in front of you. And just realize that the next step will get harder, and it might not even feel like it should be that hard, but the more you improve, the harder it gets. And so don't give up, because if my students started to say, no, I'll just stick with B. Well, she wouldn't actually stick with B. She would start to go back and slide back and not have the strength to keep singing. You can't just stay where you're at. You have to keep singing as high as you possibly can. And you have to find your actual limit and find how high you can actually go. And as mortals, we can't sing forever, but in our character, we can progress forever and ever. And with the help of God, He can help us progress and progress and progress. And it will get harder and harder, but if we don't give up and we keep being strong and we do that last extra weight, or we sing that next just half step higher, then the next time we'll be able to sing maybe even half step higher and half step higher and continue to maintain that higher singing range. So never stop improving, never stop growing, and know that even though our bodies will have limits, our spirits don't, and our character doesn't, and our mind doesn't, as far as learning from God and improving and becoming more like Jesus. Never stop progressing, always improve, and getting stronger, and you'll have so much joy.